bottles, yeah, we got them all. Line them all up and we'll drink till we fall. Arthur Cantina's the best liquor store. Arthur Cantina, you'll never need more.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Arthur Cantina Podcast from Patrón Hacienda. I am your host, JP, with your other host, Anthony, and I feel like we haven't done a podcast in a very long time. This is the podcast on the road. We did one before, which was the Renaissance Fair. This is our first international podcast. We are in Mexico, Jalisco, Mexico.
We are officially an international podcast.
International podcast. Joe Rogan never did a podcast from Mexico.
I've never seen him do one.
Never seen that punk bitch Joe Rogan do anything from Mexico.
That's right.
So Patron was generous enough to invite us down, flew us down here.
Flew us down to the state of
Jalisco, Mexico. Ever heard of it?
I can't pronounce the town that we're in. It's something crazy. It's
Alto,
like Alto
something.
It's
in the mountains.
something crazy. It's like southeast of Guadalajara. About an hour and a half ride. Beautiful place. I can't even begin to describe how special this place is. It's breathtaking from the time you drive in.
I disagree. Mexico's a shithole. It's desolate.
Okay, well, you're saying the drive from the airport. Yeah,
Yes.
there's a couple
No,
rough patches in between.
Hacienda is beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about. When you pull into here,
As
it's
soon as
beautiful.
you drive, as soon as you landed, the airport was a piece of shit.
You must have heard something
Listen,
else.
let me tell you.
He's
Whatever
not
you hear
wrong about the
Mexico is
airport.
true. Okay.
He's not wrong about the airport.
God
But
bless America. Nowhere else.
when you pull up to this place, my God,
Yeah, but this place is very nice.
beautiful.
They've treated us like kings. This is our first night here, our first day.
I don't think anyone in my family's ever treated me this nice.
No,
The way
never.
these people have
Never,
treated me
no,
nice.
never at all. The guy even put the Met game on for me. SNY, the Spanish broadcast, obviously.
You want to know how nice they are? I don't know if it's creepy, but I think this is nice. So when I came here, I took a video of the room, right? And now I just went in to freshen up after
They
we just
turned
had
down the
dinner.
room.
They turned down the
Yeah,
room.
They never had turned down.
But it freaked me out because I was like, I didn't leave it like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, did I leave it like that? And I went back in the camera, looked at it, and I said, oh,
No.
shit. They came in here, did this while we were at dinner. That's what a nice touch.
I came out and said I never had turned down. So I'm a poor person. I've never laid like family vacations for me. It was my father taking us up 2 hours upstate into upstate New York to a dude ranch, and we rode like horses in a shitty little hotel because that's all the man could gather. I've never been to a place where they're turning down service for me like this.
Look at us now. Now we're flying first class.
We're full first class.
Now we're getting
They didn't
turned
pay.
down service.
We paid for first class. I paid for first class.
Well, to be fair, they did cover every expense, even
They
including
did.
the flight. But we splurged a little bit and
We took care of
Sprinkled a
ourselves.
little
They
bit
took
of,
care of us, and we took care of ourselves.
yeah,
Uh,
spruced it up a little bit more, made it specialer.
It took forever to get here. We had to fly into Dallas. Then we from Dallas to Guadalajara, and then it was an hour and a half drive from the airport to here. But again, you can see the backdrop; it's beautiful. Joey's probably gonna go crazy because the audio is just going to be fountain noise.
Well, I don't see why it would, because you have the mics.
I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. Hopefully you don't hear the fountain. If you do, it's calming. It's beautiful. It's relaxing.
God damn, I wish I had a fountain like that.
Tomorrow, and we'll do a podcast tomorrow night. So it's going to be a two episode Mexico special. They're going to take us to the distillery, which is on the same grounds, just across the way here. They're also going to take us to a agave farm, right? So
Agave field. We're going to meet
agave
one of the
field.
farmers that make the
Yeah,
agave.
apparently
for
they
Patron
said I think they have 8 different
families.
farms that they source their agave from because they don't grow their own. They do. They just harvested their own, but it's only a very limited batch, and they release like a very limited tequila. But typically, Patron is buying the agave from 8 different families. They've contracted 8 different farm families to get their agave from.
Well,
we're going to go visit one tomorrow.
Very good thing you just brought up, because some people are real sticklers for them doing everything, like this theory of farm to table. Like you could do it from the beginning to the end. I don't think you can. if you're really talking about doing it correctly.
No, you can't.
I think you need to have specialists grow the agave, the conditions, the territory, the the water that day. It's a lot of things that go into growing plants.
Yeah.
It's a whole other animal to run a distillery, like a top-notch machine. You're literally running a machine. You're bringing agaves, processing them, cooking them, then distilling them, then bottling them.
Well, then you got to grow them, though.
Well, I'm not saying that's just the distillation part. It's just so many pieces to it to get it perfect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that goes into it. On top of that, you have to do all the marketing and everything else to make your product sellable. I don't think you can really manage a field of plants that have to grow from anywhere from 4 to 8 years and then still do the distillation that bang out. Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense to break it up.
No, it does. It does make sense because you physically can't. You can't keep up with the demand, like especially Patron. Patron's a huge.
She said 25 million cases.
Yeah.
No, 25 million liters.
Well,
that's more than cases.
She also said there was what? How many people making tequila and how many people actually distilling it?
Okay, so another nice tidbit of information. 3,000 tequila brands, only 200 distillers. So think about that. Let that sit in your head. There's 3,000 brands. There's only 200 distillers. So a lot of these companies are contracted to make tequila for these other brands. Now, if you want to, hold your nose up high, you can do it with that. Right? If you're not distilling your own stuff, are you really a tequila company? Maybe you want to get the ground up and running, so you have to buy juice already made, and then you age it somewhere, and then you bottle it, you put it in the packaging, and you bring it to market, and you price it accordingly. You do a lot of the footwork of tasting and all other stuff. But what the lady was getting to is Patrón does everything.
Yeah.
This is the only distiller for Patrón. All they do is make tequila for Patrón. And Patrón only gets their tequila from this distiller. They don't get it from anywhere else. So they're one of one. I give a lot of credit to that. And if you come to a place like this, you see how beautiful it is. Problem is, you'll never come to a place like this because this is invite only.
Yeah.
We're bringing you here as our guests.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome, you peasants. Anyone watching and listening, any fan of the podcast, I look down on you. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love all four of you. I love all four of you. I'm just having a laugh.
We had a lot to drink today. It's a long day for everybody. So
it is. I'm very tired.
Excuse the yawning.
I'm very tired.
It's a very long day for everyone.
It's been a very long day.
But we need to get this episode cracked out. We haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, our last episode was Easter, and then vacations took place, and just we hadn't had the time to get together.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we have to go all the way to Mexico to get the podcast back.
Yeah.
Joey's not here. He wasn't invited. Sorry, Joey.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year, Joey.
Depends on how good our Patrón sales are.
You can't come to the Patrón, but guess what? You better edit this. I can't even joke around with Joey. I feel bad.
Sweet Joey.
Sweet Joey. Sweet Joey. Yeah, but
we want to do this episode today to also put us in the right place for tomorrow, because tomorrow is a whole expedition.
Yeah, tomorrow's a big. We're only here for one. We got in today at what, 5 o'clock?
We landed at 3.
We got here.
We didn't get here until 5.
5 o'clock. It's what, 9 something now? I don't know. New York time, it's 11 something. But so we didn't really have a whole day here. Tomorrow's going to be going to the farm, going to the distillery. Tomorrow's like the day of action, and then tomorrow night we'll do another podcast talking about what we saw, what we experienced, and then Sunday morning we got to wake up early.
Yeah, we get out of here
and trek it back to America, baby.
Yep.
So it's a lot, but it's it's worth it, especially if you're in pain.
Absolutely. I was just gonna say that long journey, but worth every minute that we're here. Worth it all. It's really, really beautiful. And my first time in Mexico, too.
Yeah, first time in Mexico.
So, what a good way to do it up the right way.
First and last. No, it's nice. Mexico's pretty nice. It just reminds me of New Mexico, but it's the old Mexico.
but only better. And
Oh,
that thing just shut
the
off.
gimbal shut off.
So let's just end the podcast right now. This
I mean,
episode.
this is what, like a 10-minute.
This gimbal sucks.
Well, I think it just died.
It said it has 3 bars of battery on it. It's still lit up. What do you
I
mean?
don't know what happened.
Give it to me.
How do I? Hold on. Let's see.
I hate that gimbal.
There we go.
Why would you do that?
Was it not? I don't know. I don't know. It's Chinese made, man.
How much time is on there?
We're only at 11.5 minutes. So.
God damn! I thought we already did 20 minutes.
No way.
All right, we gotta fill the next 9 minutes. Go. Shoot.
I mean, what do we have coming up? Do we have any special announcements coming up? Do we have any special? I don't think so. I mean, we're flying at the seat of our pants. I'm half drunk. I'm full tired.
It was a long trip. We were
Should
in
I run in?
planes
Will
for
I
8
get in
hours.
trouble if I run into that
We
fountain?
won't make it till tomorrow. We'll get kicked out tonight. We'll have to sleep on the streets of Guadalajara.
Oh my god! And these guys, when they originally sent this flight itinerary for us, they wanted us.
It wasn't them. But go ahead.
Well, whoever sent this flight
Whoa.
itinerary, they wanted us to come. They wanted us to leave Sunday, right, and get home Monday morning. Like they wanted us to stay in Dallas overnight for like 7 hours before we got a flight to New York, which was crazy to me. Why would you insult me? But we worked it all out. I don't want to talk about you. I guess that's not anything people really want to hear about. Me complaining all the time. I'm just trying to, bring some livelihood. I'm literally falling asleep, but we're all right.
I mean, I could just soak in the beauty too.
I mean, it is beautiful. We got the moon up above. I don't know if
The moon is goddamn bright.
it is very bright. I thought we'd see more stars. I mean, I know there's a lot of lights around us. I'm also hoping to see some. I haven't seen any critters.
True.
I'm like, there's bugs flying around, but I haven't seen like any crazy spiders, no crazy snakes, no armadillos.
I mean, we were outside for maybe an hour, and if that.
Yeah, but like, if we were,
what's going to be working over
if
here?
we were hanging out in your backyard right now, we'd see a raccoon run by.
Yeah, because my backyard's connected to a bunch of shit. What the hell's over here? It's just over
This is
4
in the middle of
walls.
nowhere.
There's a courtyard. I don't have a
You don't
courtyard.
think a freaking
No,
animal can get in here?
they're going to chase it out of here.
Guy,
Yeah,
Stop
guy.
it.
This is a courtyard.
stop it.
Sorry, you've never been to a courtyard before.
Well, there's no animals in the courtyard. Raccoons ain't getting in the
No, there
courtyard.
ain't no raccoons in the
Snakes ain't
courtyard.
getting in the courtyard.
No.
Okay.
This is dope as I wish I had a courtyard.
I wish I did have a courtyard. How much does property cost Patrón to build? I mean, the rooms, first of all, the rooms are fantastic.
Joey, clip of the room.
There you go. The rooms are fantastic. The courtyard's beautiful. The fountain's beautiful. We had a lovely dinner. We were just drinking every Patron you could imagine. They were offering us cigars. We don't smoke. They offered cigarettes. I don't smoke.
That's pretty cool.
That was cool though. They just had cigarettes and cigars there if you
Yeah.
wanted one. I should have took a cigarette and did the podcast with a cigarette. I would have vomited everywhere. I would have been miserable. But now, what's this? Now, oh, they see. I noticed that when we checked in. I don't know if they'll be able to see it. But like on each door, there was like a candle holder, but there was no candle. They went around and put candles on every.
Turn down all the rooms.
Turn down the rooms and put a candle there.
Creeped me out when he did that. But
Like you
that's-
said, my family never treated me as good.
Yeah. And to add to your point too about staying in wacky motels, my parents did the same thing. Took me to Disney, spoiled kid. Thank God my parents, put their 2 pennies together and took me. They didn't have to. But we stayed in some rinky-dink motel. This is a good story. It's going to go somewhere. So, whatever, right? We're there for I think 2 nights or something. And at the same time, my parents are trying to think if they want to move to Kissimmee. So they're driving around looking at houses, whatever. We got to wash clothes. So we go to the laundromat. So my mom puts the clothes in the laundromat, washes them,
Oh, god damn it.
puts them in the dryer. You see this stupid
I don't
gimbal?
know, man.
It's a piece of shit.
If I keep
I
telling
hate
you a
this
story,
gimbal.
don't worry.
So she puts the clothes in the dryer, washes them, dries them nice, right? Get the clothes out. As she takes them out, there's a gigantic condom inside the dryer. And I was like, ah! And my mom went nuts. She was like, what the I never hear my mom curse, really. She yells, but she never curses. She was cursing that day. And she had to put all the clothes back in another washing machine with high heat water
Wait. So
and a
you
bunch
guys
of soap.
wash your clothes inside a used condom?
There was a used condom in somewhere. It was in the washing machine or in the dryer. Disgusting. My mom lost her shit. This thing sucks. This gimbal's a piece of
This
shit.
gimbal's a piece of shit. It is.
The DGI,
Chinese
go yourself. I'm throwing this thing against the wall tomorrow.
Well, and that's a story you can go home to. You wash your family's clothes in condom water.
Condom water.
That's disgusting.
I know, we all have stories that make us who we are.
It's Florida condom water too.
Disgusting.
It's not even like it's even double gross.
Offbeat Disney hotel.
Off the beaten path. Florida condom water.
Yeah. So when I was looking at the Disney rates for the Disney hotels, they were high. But I was like,
you thought about that time being a
there ain't
kid.
gonna be no condom in those
Well,
in those washer and dryers.
I mean, it's Disney. And you recently went, you loved it, the kids loved it, God bless.
It's great. It was fantastic. I can't say enough good things about Disney.
That's crazy. This gimbal is a
gimbal
piece of
sucks.
shit. This gimbal's a piece. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. But
This is why we need Joey, man.
forget about
Well,
that
why don't we
gimbal.
just do this? If it's going to be stupid, tell your story if you want. I don't know.
I mean, Disney and the Patrón distillery, what do they have in common? Oh, the battery's low on it. That's why it's doing that.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it just stay
Locked in position?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't work like that. What time are we at?
We're at 18 minutes.
All right, call it quits.
That's a short, nice little short guy.
Yeah.
Little,
Thanks for tuning in. We definitely got a weird look from the housekeeping guy as he was walking around doing his job.
I'm just going to zoom into the fountain as you talk.
We'll come back to you tomorrow when we're at the agave fields, at the distillery, the bottling facility, and you'll get some more content out of us then.
Amen. God bless.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Arthur Cantina, we're really glad you came. We won't forget your face next time, but might forget your name.